With that, we'll get you out to Oakland. So we'll hand it over to our colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Oakland Raiders. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Carr now on first down. And his first look is incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. And Mr. Cooper, Amari, a headliner in this offensive unit.
Brandon, it's rare that you get guys so polished coming out of college. But Amari Cooper has carried himself like a pro probably since he was 6 years old. He is a terrific talent.
His throw incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver. Well, this past year, Arizona finished 7-8-1. Here are the defensive starters for the Cardinals. What do you make of this football team defensively heading into next year, Charles?
Well, they're an aggressive group, and they didn't generate the same number of takeaways that they normally do. But I think that coming back in 2017, a great core of players, and they'll get Tyrann Mathieu back. If they get him back at his 2015 level, look out, because Patrick Peterson is one of the best corners in the game as well.
Now Carr, incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Here's Carr to throw. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
For Murray in the wild card game against Houston, just 39 yards on 12 carries. So now you look at the season all told. Just under 800 yards, Charles. He did score 12 touchdowns. What'd you think of his year?
I thought it was an excellent year for him. And I know 1,000 yards is the benchmark. But remember, he didn't play in all of the games. And Oakland became a passing-type team with Derek Carr throwing the ball around. I think Latavius Murray is clearly a #1 running back in the NFL. And with those 3 Pro Bowlers in front and the offensive line, I think the future is bright.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been the run that they got.
Time running out here on the play clock. On first down, Murray. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Now Carr going to give to Olawale. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a gain of 11. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
On just about every team, okay, forget it. On every team, the goal is to be in 3rd and what they call manageable, to give yourself a chance to pick up a first down. How about that call on second down? The big man puts them in position to make it 3rd and manageable. I'll bet if he'll get a second chance at it to try and pick up the first down.
Murray, call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
All right, here we go, baby. Hey, we go rally.
On 1st down, Carr flushed out right. And some room to maneuver. Give him 16 on the pickup. Good enough for an Oakland 1st down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. Hey, we go rally. Here we go.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calais Campbell on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stand. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Crabtree with it over the middle. And for that man, Crabtree just finished his 8th NFL season. Of course, the first 6 in San Fran, last 2 with the Raiders. Barely topped the 1,000-yard mark, but he did 1,003 this season. It's
been interesting to watch the career arc of Michael Crabtree because you remember when he came out of college, came out of Texas Tech, he was seen as a pure #1 receiver. Many thought he was going to be a future All-Pro. But he settled in as the #2 guy in Oakland, and I think that's been great for him. Taking the pressure off of Amari Cooper and making plays himself.
And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. One receiver right, that's Brown. They go play action here on 1st down. Well, switching over to talk about the Super Bowl for a minute, one thing you mentioned that may have gotten overlooked, Gostkowski missing the PAT, so it was at 28-9, and that really changed the complexion because then they were chasing points going forward.
And in a way we didn't anticipate, it helped heighten the heroics of Tom Brady and the Patriots in that game because you just mentioned chasing points. Now, after touchdowns, they were having to go for 2-point conversions. So they got 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions because of the missed extra point that led to overtime. Actually made the heroics even better for Tom Brady and the Patriots.
And the first 2-point conversion, little trickeration. The second one, though, a little more conventional, both effective.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out.
John Brown, the 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown, 81 yards, and the Cardinals have taken the lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
So out come the Raiders. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Here we go. Wide and Yates. Wide, baby. Alert. Alert. All right, here we go.
Now a second down run for Murray. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here we go. Wide and Yates. Wide and Yates. Hey, we go rally. Rally. We ready?
On the carry, it's Olawale. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
Here we go. Wide. Zebra. Zebra. Hello, baby. Alert. Alert.
Play clock winding down.
We ready?
Now they'll throw with Carr. Here's Wolford over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
We ready?
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Hello, baby. Alert. We ready? Zebra.
They come out here in the eye.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
To throw his Carr. Brought in by Walford, right side. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go.
Back to the ground game. Here's Murray. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Jameis Olawale, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
It looked like they had in, and that led to a big drop.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here's Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And Janikowski bangs it through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. That one was intended for John Brown, and it's 3rd and 4.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
He gets it to Brown, complete. 15 yards through the air on a first down. And now they're in the hurry-up. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Perry Riley. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6.
Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. All right, here we go.
10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Going to get this one down to the 30. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down the middle. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And tough starting field position here. And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Let's go, let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
All right, now, 18.
Final play of the half. It's Palmer. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Amerson. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Palmer. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Bruce Irvin in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A long way to go for the offense here on third down.
Get ready.
Now Palmer on 3rd and long. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Palmer and the offense staying put. They're going to try for it on 4th down.
Get ready. Blue 58. Blue 58. Sally 19. Sally 19. Get ready. Blue.
They'll indeed go for it. Palmer caught on the left side. Fitzgerald. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 27 yards on the game there. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Deep, deep, deep. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
Get ready. Deep, deep.
Now Palmer on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Khalil Mack in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
All right, now. Blue.
On 2nd down, Palmer. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. And quickly, they get to the line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And able to find John Brown. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Strength throwing the football downfield has never been an issue for this big guy. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing for USC, and when I got introduced to him, I thought I was meeting their starting tight end, not their starting quarterback.
Such a presence, Carson Palmer.
Very much so. Has had it ever since he entered campus there and still has it today.
Now it's Palmer. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They run. It's Johnson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. David Johnson denied here on the 4th down run. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a 1st down here on 3rd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 3rd down, Murray. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there, it doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the 2nd level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off. Didn't have to knock anyone to the side. Didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
Back now in the East Bay. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. 10 yards to go on 3rd. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. Zebra.
The play clock's running down.
Rally.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
They go back to Murray on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Second down following the run. They come out here in the I. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And with the play clock running out, Jack Del Rio is going to take a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Carries piling up. It's Murray again. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. They come up in an offset I. Time running out here on the play clock. Another shot now for Olawale. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
shift together here from the D-line. Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Open man is Holmes. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Murray, the lone setback. The play clock's running down. Into the red zone. It's Carr. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They pitch it out to Murray. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And that is incomplete. A gutsy call by Jack Del Rio, but it does not pay off. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go. Blue 95.
Here we go. It's Palmer on 4th down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And now a first down following that long gain. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Andre Ellington, his first carry. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. So how many practices we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there?
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. Got to get out of bounds and keep defensively. You can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll come out in the pistol.
Hey, we go round. Check.
He'll look to throw. Backing up. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Nearly lost the football, but kept it after the fumble, but now they face a 3rd down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
That bell on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From